Good morning, guys. Welcome to the video. So sorry I haven't been on for nearly a week. There's a good reason for that, and it is this: rain. I mean, look at the clouds today. Grey, wet, miserable. It's absolutely disgusting, mate. It's not good. And the biggest problem is we've had rain for what seems like forever now, and the grass is growing like mad, like literally growing like mad. But because of the area that I'm working in West Sussex, there's a lot of clay soil. So yes, some lawns you can get on, but some you can't get on. And there's a few that I can't get on because they're really, really bad. Yeah, look at the length of this, and it's stressing me out because I need to get on it and get it cut, but I just can't. Yeah, look at the length of this. It's getting ridiculous. It really needs a cut, but I just can't get on this. It's so thick, mate. Problem is, it's going to need doing sooner rather than later. But it's so squelchy. And then down here on this one, again, this is... Listen to that. You can't get on it. And this has to be done with a ride-on, which is obviously a heavier mower than a push mower, so it's just at the moment not cuttable until we've had a dry spell. We just badly need some good weather. So my plan of action today is to work inside these little box hedgy things and basically do all the weeding, clear out some of the leaves. Now I know the leaves would rot down, but I'm going to pick out the sticks, debris, leaves. These need to come out. They've got a really big taproot on them. And just, yeah, detail, mate. Got to watch out for all the landmines. Got a few of those here. Yeah, again, just leaves, weeds, bits of grass growing up, self-seeding stuff. So we're getting here, tidy all these up, and they look really, really nice. So this is it before, with leaves and weeds. And what I'm aiming for is for it to look like this, all de-weeded and look nice and tidy, leaves out, weeds out, all that sort of stuff. And there we go, that's this one, all de-leaved, all the debris taken out, all the weeds taken out. Looks good. Another one bites the dust. So it's gone from something that looks like that to that. Much better. Right, I'm done for the day. I've done 4 hours there, and I don't want to sound horrible when I say this. I just had a little incident. I was sitting there eating my lunch, and they've got some house sitters there, and she came up to me. It's funny, I'm eating my lunch and there was a guy at the front jet washing a little bit of a patio by the front door, and he walked past me, he opened the gate, went and did something with the hose, he came back, but I don't know if he shut the gate properly, and it blew open. The lady came out and she said to me, oh, you've got to make sure you shut the gate properly. I know it's a pain in the arse, but I was going to let the dogs out and the dogs could have got out. And I said, yeah, I know the gate was shut properly. I'm pretty sure I shut it. But having said that, I thought, hang on a minute, I'm sat here eating my lunch. That guy's just walked past. So it's bound to have been him that didn't shut the gate properly. So anyway, this woman was sort of having a bit of a moan at me. And then she was like, oh, right, the owner's in Cornwall. I was like, yeah, I know. And she's like, but you've got to weed this flower bed out the front. You've got to. And I said, well, I'm in the middle of doing something in the back garden. I'm doing these little box hedges, the bit I was doing, you know. Oh, anyway, it just kind of blew up and got a bit silly. And I thought, you know what? I'm not being dictated to by a house cleaner or a house sitter. Like, I know what I'm doing. Like, I will go in and crack on and do what needs doing. The grass was clearly too wet, as you saw. There's no way you can obviously mow that. It's just squelchy and there's puddles everywhere. It's ridiculous. But I walked away from there because I got pissed off and I thought, you know what, this is the thing. Like, I've worked for them for a little while and they're really nice people. It's no reflection on them. They've got a really big property. But when I first started there, I quoted for 2 people, I said £25 an hour per man. So it's £400 a day, which was cheap. It was less than the going rate, but I said 400 quid for the day for 2 of us. And this is where everyone's going to laugh at me now and take the piss out of me, and you will. But they said no, they couldn't afford it. They only had a budget. They had a smaller budget. And so I said, well, 400 quid's really cheap. It's under the going rate. And they said 300 quid. And for the period of time I've been doing it, I've been taking 200 and I was paying Leon 100. So basically we've been doing a full day there with 2 of us and we haven't been paid anywhere near what we should have been. Absolutely nowhere near. Like, I was making no profit out of that. No profit. It was borderline breaking even. So yeah, just a pain in the arse basically. So anyway, when that lady, just the house cleaner, who, by the way, when I first got there, I walked in the garden, the cleaner's sitting there watching the bloody TV. She's watching the customer's TV. And I'm just like, what is going on? So there's a cleaner there not doing her job properly, watching the TV. And then the next thing you know, coming up to me when I'm eating my lunch in the van at 11:30, and she's going, you've got to do this, you've got to do that, you left the gate open, and having a go at me. And I'm like, no, I'm not having this. Like, I went self-employed to not take orders from other people, and this woman, she said to me, who's your boss, who's in charge here? I said, I'm in charge, I'm the boss. What, do you want a job, do you? I thought, oh, it just really wound me up. I was so fripping angry, and I was weeding away in the back garden, and of course she let the dogs out. And that's the other thing as well that pissed me off about that place. Again, lovely people, please, if they see this, I really like them, but the thing is, there's dog crap everywhere. They've got like 4 spaniels and a lab, and they just run and shit all over the garden. I've never seen so much dog poo in a garden ever. And I'm weeding away in the flower bed, and even in the flower beds that I was weeding there today, there was dog shit, and I was having to dodge it. And you could see how cramped it was. There's like roses and stuff, and it was one of them. I sat down after the incident with the lady, the cleaner, and I thought, you know what, I don't need this crap. You know, these people are paying me less than the going rate. The cleaners are now having a moan at me, and there's dog crap everywhere. And I just thought, I could go and work in a smaller garden, half the size. I could earn more money for doing less somewhere else than I could for a whole day in that place. What they need is a team of cheap labour. They need, she said to me once before, we had a team of 3 people in here. Well, how much were you paying them? Because if you're only paying me 300 quid for 2 people, how much were you paying 3 people? It must have literally been rock bottom, less than the minimum wage, slave labour. It's just crap. You know, I went self-employed because I know my worth. I work really hard. I've got good standards. I'm polite. I turn up. If I have to rejig stuff, I do. I bend over backwards to move things around to fit people in, you know, especially like now when the weather's crap and you can't mow. I will move stuff around so that when it's dry, I can mow. You know, I'm too nice to be working for bugger all. I can't do it. I cannot own a property that size if you can't afford to maintain it. You know, any professional gardening company is going to go in at their price, and their price is not going to be as cheap as what I was doing it for. So I'm an idiot. Lesson learned. You know, all my other customers pay the going rate, so I was being really nice to them because I've known them for a long time, but I can't do it anymore. Right guys, it's the next day. I've got Premium Bond with me today.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, and I'm actually, listen, I'm calmer, it's good, I'm calmer, but the weather is still really, really crap. Just look at it. It's just miserable. I've even got a coffee on the go just before we get going, but yeah, it's not good. It's never ending. And if you can see the lawn over there, it's in need of a cut badly. And of course we can't get on it because this wet stuff just won't stop, mate. It's not good. Right, so me and Big Al are working in these flower beds here today because, as I say, the ground is just saturated everywhere. I was going to do the gravel around the house, and I may still go back and do that, but at the moment we're going to just de-weed this bed here because it's the last bed that we haven't weeded for a while, but all the others we're kind of on top of. So it's, say, rank clay. It's very bad to work with, but we're going to do our best to fluff it up like this and, say, turn over the soil with our little L-shaped weeding tool. And all the weeds will go into this bag as well. So aim of the game, get all these weeds out and make it look nice and turned over like that. Right guys, this is where we got to. As you can see, we've weeded through this bed and it's looking miles better. We've literally come round to this point where the post is. We haven't done that side yet, so we might still look at that in a sec. It's not anywhere near as bad as this side was, but as you'll agree, I think that's looking way loads better, and considering we're working on clay soil as well, it's really hard to get it looking as nice as it does. So yeah, we're going to carry on anyway. We've just got this last little section over here to finish off, just getting rid of some of the moss and the weeds around here, and then this bit will be nice and complete. And then once we've done that bit, we're going to work on this bed as well, just fluff up this soil, get all the weed out from around the lavenders and bits and pieces that we got going on in it. Have a look at this clay soil, guys. I mean, Al's working in it now, but look, it's like he's made a ball. Look at that.
Wedgwood would have used that.
You could make a pot out of that. Right guys, we are done here for this job. Let me just show you what we've done now that it's all finished. We have weeded all of these beds.
Weeded them very well, I might add.
Yep, it looks really good, mate. It's really rooty here from the conifers and the plants, but we've weeded all the way along, all the way around, all the moss, all the weeds, and I say it looks $1 million now. It looks so much better. So yeah, we've got another one to go and do now, and then I'm hoping to go and pick my car up from the garage. I've got a BMW X5. It's just gone in for a little bit of TLC. So yeah, good car, but say I need to get the jobs done so I can go and pick the car up from the garage before I go home. It was always my dream when I went self-employed to kind of have a nice car one day, and I kind of achieved it really. I mean, BMW X5, mate, it's cream leather seats, it's all right. It's a 3-litre turbo diesel, does what it needs to do, gets me from A to B, and I love it. Right, it's been one of those days, it's been one of them weeks. The weather's not been great, but it's the same for all of us at the minute, and we're out there and we're doing our very best, and that's all we can do, innit? We just got to keep plugging away, and hopefully the weather will turn soon and we can start mowing again, because that's what it's all about, just getting out there and just getting the mowing done. But yeah, anyway, wrapping it up. See you on the next one. Look after yourself, you're all amazing. If you're new, please subscribe. It'd be really cool to get you guys on board. And if you like any of the videos, go and watch some of the others. They're a little bit more entertaining than this one. Yeah, if you're new, welcome. Really good to have you here, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. So take care, have a good Friday, have a good weekend. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.